Ladies and gentlemen of Knucklehead Nation, welcome to a very special interview with a very special athlete, the Fighters Rep light middleweight champion himself, marvelous Milshon Lathan, joining me and Ignorant Behavior Gary tonight. Champ, how are you?
I'm amazing. How are you guys?
We're doing well,
man.
We're doing well.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Look, he's looking like a champ this time. Last time he came in humble, he got the shades on, the hat. Champ talk. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
champ talk.
Gotta look marvelous.
Man, and you are looking the part, champ. You're looking in the zone. I was telling you that, when we started this thing off. You're looking deadly, man. You're looking deadly. I like that, man. Kind of tell me, let's get into this. We contacted you to defend your title. You took, one event off or so. We contacted you to defend your title. We offered you Rudy Cuevas, a guy who you were supposed to fight in the past. Excuse me. He got injured. He couldn't make it, but here we are again lined up for September 7th. So I guess, tell me what you've been up to during this short hiatus you've had and, walk me through, how that offer went, what went through your head.
Yeah, man, just, same old, being me, respirating oxygen, being marvelous, just working, man, and literally and figuratively, staying in the gym still, we like to call this fake rest, what I've been doing. Took the event off, but we're still working. And yeah, man, this next fight, I'm excited to get in there. I'm hungry. I wanted to kind of take one off. Was going through some things outside of the ring, needed to take care of and focus on that. And now I can fully focus on this. And and all black, dressed for another funeral on September 7th.
Okay, I like to talk now. So I see you got the hat. Show everybody the hat. Was that on purpose? Was that like to be like you got somebody in your crosshairs? Dead shot?
No, not really. This is just me. This is.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I thought you was talking. I thought you was
if the shoe fits, I'm gonna put my foot in it. So yeah, I mean, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're coming to do on September 7th for sure. Another head on the stake for sure.
Okay.
I'm enjoying this newfound bravado from Milshon Lathan. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, if you haven't already, tickets to Fighters Rep 25 and 26 are on sale right now at FightersRep.com. And obviously the champ, Milshon Lathan's
I think George went out for the
title, which he's done so already. Say that again.
You have a little internet trouble there, champ.
We got you now. Me?
Oh
no, not you,
Gary,
Milshon.
you go ahead and announce it then. I'm going to need you to take over.
What is the Fighters Rep?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we got you, man. Yeah.
Okay, so what I was saying is, definitely get your tickets to watch the champ defend his title. I mean, he's already done so.
I think he's paused again. Yeah. Anyways, what is Fighters Rep? What again? 20? No,
killer fashion.
Oh,
George.
Yeah,
you there? It's Fighters Rep. What? It's Fighters Rep. You're fighting with your internet right now, buddy.
You're
they're 1080 you right now. You're gonna 1080.
I don't know.
Hold on, it's Fighters Rep 20. It's Fighters Rep 26 or what? Which one is?
Well, Milshon's going to be defending his title at Fighters Rep 25.
25.
You're definitely going to want to grab tickets. It's on September 7th at the beautiful Commerce Casino in Los Angeles.
Well, George having internet problems right now, so we gonna get into it. How are you feeling about this fight right now, Lathan?
Good. Feeling.
Really Milshon. I said Lathan. Milshon.
Good. Good. Feeling really good.
Yeah.
Like I said, been in the gym. Focusing on some things, tightening up some things. That we are anticipating But yeah, man, still been working and putting in the most work, ready to level up the performance and just show a better version like I have been doing every time. So yeah, this is a good test. This is a good fight. He's a good fighter, very clean, like myself. So it'll be yeah, I can't wait to see who's gonna come out the cleanest on September 7th.
Do you perceive this being your toughest fight?
No. But I haven't fought it yet, so who knows?
Yeah.
But like George was kind of touching on in the in the preview video, he's only been here one time. I'm proven. So they see Marvelous, they see my face on the card, they know everybody knows what they're gonna get. It's gonna be fireworks, gonna be, a marvelous show. So yeah, but I don't underestimate any of my opponents. This is the best, organization of kickboxing that's out there. So I know every fight's gonna be tough. And yeah, I'm preparing for war as always. So yeah.
Okay. You got anything, George?
Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? I'm sorry about this.
I can see you.
Nah, man, it's good, man. We can see you. It's just you freeze every now and then.
To hell with this damn internet bullshit. Well, what I wanted to say is, you definitely want to get your tickets to watch Milshon, because like I said in a little preview today on Instagram, I mean, this kid is nothing short of sensational at this point. He's got everything. He's got the look. He's got the personality. He's got the ridiculous, I mean, God-given athleticism. He's got the God-given power in that right hand, and I don't know what else he's got. We've seen him finish a fight with a right hand, sort of with a knee.
The right hand started it.
Right, and he's learning on the job, and he's following the recipe. I put out a post about the recipe yesterday. You know what I mean? The recipe is consistency. Fight, take a rest to get the body back to normal, train, and then come back and just do it all over again. That's the recipe, and allow us to continue to promote you as much as we can and get your name out there. Milshon is one of the fighters that I'm just blessed to have him, because he just seems to understand these common principles. Him and his coach Johnny Mercurio, who we interviewed on this channel not too long ago.
The fucking goat.
And and Johnny Mercurio is not a guy who gives compliments lightly. And I spoke to him recently about Milshon, and he told me he basically spoke in not so many words of a continuing evolution. So I'm very excited to watch Milshon. If you guys haven't seen him already, his last two fights were spectacular.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You haven't seen me. What are you doing? You
ending the fight in the first round in spectacular fashion. I mean, Milshon, a couple fights.
Yeah, we lost. We lost.
I don't know what happened.
He was on a roll.
It just clicked. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You frozen a little bit. We can hear you, but
great shot of you.
There you go.
Okay, so like I was saying, a couple fights ago, Milshon figured it out, man. He put it together. And he's still headed there, Milshon. Don't let me get your head too big.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
But Milshon figured it out a couple fights ago, man. He figured out that these people just have a hard time with his skill and speed and athleticism, and he's putting people's lights out. He's not there to play around. So if you want to see a spectacular young athlete, you got to buy your tickets at FightersRep.com. That's the way I feel about it. Yeah.
Hey, that's a big buildup he just gave you, Milshon.
Yeah, and I know, to much is given, much is expected, and these shoulders can bear that weight. So, but for me, it's just the work. It's the confidence comes from preparation. So, I'm just in love with the process and just more focused on just putting one step in front of the other every day. So, all of the other stuff comes with the performances and the hard work and the results. I'm not just a champion on 1 or 2 nights. I live it every day. So, yeah.
Milshon, Rudy's a tough customer. He's strong, he's big, he's athletic. He's got good movement as well. Seems like a good athlete as well. Very technical. He seems very technically sound. I mean, he hasn't been in the Lions Den as much as you have. I do believe that Lions Den experience does give you a bit of an advantage if you're going into the Lions Den, but he has been in there one time. and he looks solid. You know, how are you feeling like you match up against him? What are you looking at in this fight? How do you expect this fight to go?
Good. And he's Mexican, so that probably means he's tough, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm a good matchup for anybody. You know, you stack me up against anybody on the planet, I'm a pretty good matchup. I'm pretty like the length, the skill, the speed, and I haven't been able to show everything that I have. Looking forward to putting more out there and getting deeper in my bag as time goes on, but these guys have to last, more than a minute and a half for me to do that. So I'm preparing as if Rudy can give me that challenge, and I know he's a clean fighter, tough fighter. So yeah, we're preparing, as such, and I can't wait to get in there. I want to show everything this fight. So yeah.
Hey, that's a slight little brag he did there. Well, they have to last to let me. But
I mean, his last two fights ended in a round, against solid guys, Gary. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
We don't put you. You've been there, Gary. You've been there, Gary. We don't put these guys in there at Fighters Rep. We don't put them in there easy, And Milshon has done nothing but earned his way through this thing, man. I mean, we threw him into the deep end the day he got here, and he's just been swimming with the sharks.
Literally the day I got there, like my first fight. I don't know. Sanchez. I don't know how he was tough. That was a tough fight. First fight, that was tough. Another tough Mexican. Ty Brown. So yeah. I'm just every fight is just you've seen the story built. So yeah. Now that I'm ruling the division with the iron black fist. So I'm just happy to be here. Really.
So I mean, it's kind of hard to critique yourself when, like you said, the fights aren't lasting as long as you would like. But on your last performance, what would you grade your performance?
I would say a C+.
What?
Okay. Well, hey, I like a man that's hard on himself.
It was he pressed me, and I expect everybody to do so. Take out my legs and kind of take away my space. You would be an idiot not to do that.
Yeah.
But he was able to kind of close the range a little bit better than I would have liked watching back. There was a lot of openings he was giving me that I just wasn't capitalizing on. And ultimately I just think he was dancing to his dance a little too much. Even if it was for like 25, 30, 45, whatever it was, I think, just controlling the tempo and slowing down the fight, I think that's things I can get better on, and just, staying at my range, and ultimately just, not stepping outside of myself, due to whatever he's doing, it's more about just me and, staying within myself and knowing what I need to do out there.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny you said that, because I actually thought in your last fight, I thought you were more controlling and had more pace. You weren't getting, as I seen you in your earlier fights, you would start getting out of your game plan and engaging. It's like you were calming the storm, and from what I saw, like you weren't going crazy.
Well, Johnny, it's funny because after I hit him with the first right, or it might have even been while he was still pressing me, we're getting frantic and stuff. When I fell down, almost. Johnny was yelling, "Calm down, calm down, calm down," and after the third or fourth time, I heard him, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I probably need to chill if he's yelling at me. So that's literally all him right there. To me, we'd be fighting at a frantic pace for 25 minutes. So yeah, all that's where I can get better though. That's what I'm saying. It's always inward. I'm always looking inward. Whenever we line these guys up and they give me a new name, I don't think about what he can do. I think about what I can do to get better and what I can do to, combat what he's bringing. So, there's always room for improvement.
Milshon, I think where you really shine, besides the confidence you've gained, I think at the Lions Den, I think that's been a huge help to you as well. And I think you've also gained it with the people you're sparring. I want to say, because of your affiliation with Johnny Mercurio and his affiliations, you're probably getting some real high quality sparring,
of course,
in and around Southern California. I mean, I'm sure you're getting your ass kicked, and you're handing out a lot of ass kickings as well.
Exactly. This is the first part, though.
What I want to say is, I think where you're really kind of ahead of the game is, you have that athleticism that not every fighter is going to be blessed with, right? And so for me, right, and I'm not saying your skill is lacking, but that's probably, your skills as you continue to learn this craft is probably the thing that you're going to have to grow the most. And because you already have everything else kind of in spades. And I think it's a good thing because it allows you to just sit there and concentrate just on your improving your skills. Would you say that's kind of an accurate assessment?
I definitely would say that's an accurate assessment. Because I'm so athletic and I'm so God-given talented, it almost to a fault. It's almost really like me against myself in a lot of ways. Like just making sure I'm putting in the work and not relying on my talent because I know I can just show up and, look good and do good and, just because I'm talented, So but that's what I know that. So I do everything I can, like you said, getting all the sparring. Johnny does have some great connects, and I have been, getting beat by some heavy hitters. I like to say die now, thrive later. Take every ass beating in the gym, and then, hopefully it culminates to a great performance, under the lights when it really matters. But yeah, always, I don't like to leave any stone unturned. I like to do everything in my power to make sure I'm the best of me on that night. And, sometimes that's a lot of unconventional stuff. Sometimes that's, going to the sparring and going with the best. And, it looks different. It's different every day, but I don't like to leave any stone unturned. I like to, get better in all facets of my game. And I still haven't shown like a lot of my skill. And, I know that like I haven't shown any of my kicking game at all. Head movement, angles, I can still show way more of that. So yeah, like for sure, those are things I definitely am thinking about, and definitely things I need to improve on and can improve on and will improve on.
I mean, I think every fighter, they kind of watch certain other fighters, not like other guys in other leagues and everything, and they kind of try to take something away from it. What's been some guys that you've been looking at and trying to take something away from?
The one person who like stands out to me is Israel Adesanya. That's like direct, like when I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, like I can do that. Like I can see that. I could like it. Just I saw myself like out there. I was like, wow.
So what's one thing in his game that you like really want to add to yours?
The range, the way he's a master of just range and being outside of the question mark kick. And ultimately just like slicing and dicing and like fighting within yourself. Like I'm gonna strike and I'm gonna aim and fire, and no matter what you do, like it's gonna be like it's cool. We can get frantic, and I'm still gonna find that shot. As like the Robert Whitaker fight, Paulo Costa fight. But yeah, like I watch a lot of guys like Luke Lessie, won championship featherweight. He's a guy I watch a lot. Shakur Stevenson, everybody wants to hate. I watch.
You don't fight anything like him, though.
But I haven't shown it yet, though. I haven't shown it. I have the ability to.
You're more a Boots Ennis to me, brother.
Oh, no, that's another guy too. That's another guy. The switching stances and the angles. Boots is another guy. Man, there's a lot of guys. What else? Who else? Haggerty, Jason Haggerty. That's another guy I watch a lot. Ali, and there's another guy. Yeah, man.
Oh, you just watching? You a film junkie, huh? You a fight junkie?
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm a student of the game. I try to watch everything, man. I was watching Floyd versus bald head. I forget his name. Pink short. He was wearing the pink short. Yeah. I was watching that the other night. Yeah, I try to watch everything. I try to, take everything I can from, every fighter. I think that and all fighters, they have a special way of doing it, and their own art. It's everybody's own art. So I like to think I'm an artist. So when I'm out there, I'm just painting on a blank canvas. So yeah.
You're painting blood on the canvas.
Yeah, hopefully I can paint a good picture.
Of all these influences, who do you think you've like taken from the most? or you try to take from?
Try to take from the most. That's a tough question. I would probably say Izzy. I'd probably say that's the guy, or I would say Leon Edwards is like the guy I'm like kind of like.
Oh yeah, he's good.
I watched like a lot of Leon Edwards tape since he's became the champ. I've been watching him a lot.
Yeah, he's tough.
But yeah, any of those kind of like long rangey strikers, I really try to like watch and see how they kind of are navigating through their game plans and how the pace of their fight and how they try to control it. But yeah, you know, all the fighters. I'll watch every martial art. So I try to just be a student of the game and be a sponge in that aspect.
So let me ask you something. When you're getting ready to throw that right of yours, do you know, like, you know, sometimes you in it and you see the shot and you was like, the guy swings, miss, you see the shot and you know do you sometimes know that's the shot?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes, but it's a feel thing. It's like Curry hitting a three. Like, you know, you just and you already like he throw it and just turn around. Like, you already like you know it's about to land, you know it's about to hit. That's not related to like it's not necessarily like I'm thinking like because I'm not necessarily going for the knockout.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to put my hands on you.
But I know sometimes in there can get like slow-mo.
Oh yeah,
and it's almost like even though it's a second for us, in your mind is like
it's
you're like, oh, there it is.
No, that is 100% a thing. And yeah, in the Michael Claycomb fight, that I was really feeling that. Like I can really like it just felt so slow. I could see like it was like a
Matrix.
See them, yeah, I can see the motions. I can just see. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. And yeah, I would relate it to just hitting a three. Like,
is it gonna be Morpheus Milshon Lathan soon?
Hey, it might be Morpheus. It might be No Mas. It might be No Mas Milshon Lathan. So
oh, okay.
Who knows? Who knows?
I like it. By the way, shout out to Javon Williamson. He says marvelous mob in the chat. Appreciate you guys being in here. Isaac McCary putting up the flames. Appreciate you guys being in here. Subscribe and join the channel if you haven't already to help us build. Also, give a follow to the champ, Mills. Let them know your social media handle so they can follow you.
Yes, sir. At Kid Mills. Find me on Instagram. Find me on Twitter. Twitter is funnier than Instagram, but Instagram, you can see all my workout stuff, see all the training and stuff. So yeah, manly. If you're not part of the mob, what are you doing?
Bill's,
not part of the mob, you're about to get whacked. So.
Like George froze up again on us.
Yeah.
You mentioned oh my.
You're getting that Broward County internet, bro.
I know. I don't know what's going on. I thought this was good, Miami. Apparently, I'm in bad Miami. So
Wi-Fi or some shit.
So Mills, hopefully you can hear me for this one.
Yeah.
You know, you've basically come all this way with your boxing for the most part, right? I mean, you've thrown a few knees and you've relied heavily on your boxing. Your bag. What else is in your bag that you're excited to show that maybe you haven't had a chance to?
Well, you know, we know the boxing's always clean. You know, that's the first thing.
And very important.
Yeah,
I think I hope your colleagues watch you and realize how important the boxing is. You know.
Yeah, you better.
You, Jason Granado, Cam Spencer. You know, I hope people watch these guys. But go ahead.
Yeah, because first thing, the boxing, the jab. That's one thing I think I haven't really been able to establish that how I want to. But in terms of outside of the boxing, man, like the kicks, like I haven't shown any, like nothing, like. I haven't even said I can check a kick, like so. I feel like it almost actually is working to my advantage, almost because like when you see the film, it's like, damn, okay. First of all, for even how short it is, it's like I've only seen the boxing, and that I can't check kicks. Don't check kicks. So, it's kind of harder to prepare, I think, for these guys because when they're watching me, it's like, okay, he has good boxing. But then one of these times I'm gonna come out here and just unleash a fucking flurry of fucking crazy kicks, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And it's gonna be like, "Nah, I have always had it. I haven't had to go through, you know, third, fourth on the butterfly knife. I've been able to just shank him with the first knife. So
Hey,
you know, it has. But I'm eager to show. I'm eager to show because this is kickboxing at the end of the day. So I'm eager to show that for sure.
yeah. You know, I know you say you like Izzy with the distance, keeping the range, and you like rangy fighters. Do you try to work on your inside fighting, knowing that sometimes it may be because I'm gonna be honest, I see you fight, you like distance,
Mm-hmm.
you like more distance because obviously you're a long rangy fighter, and most long rangy fighters like distance. They don't want to punch it smothered, but you know sometimes you mentioned Boots. I know he tries in their gym. They try to work on inside and outside just in case you know you get into those type of fights. Do you work on that?
Yeah, I work on that probably more than I should, honestly. Johnny tells me all the time, like, you're athletic, like, use that, like, don't forget, you know, don't get in these balls, like, because I tend to have that tendency when the lights aren't on to you know, kind of just lose my range and start, you know, playing to whatever drum my opponent is playing or whoever's in front of me is playing. But no, I think that's where the real fun is, though, right? Like just
Finding the balance.
Yeah, mano a mano, like, you know, blood in, blood out. Like let's just like let's go. Like so
I can tell it in your spirit that you want to like just
yeah, it's like I'm not opposed to it. Like if you want to do it, we can. Like I'm not, you know, I'm not running from it at all.
We saw that in that Sanchez fight, man. We saw that
So like and
the Ty Brown fight.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I that's where the fun is. I want to entertain the fans. I want to, you know, I want to be remembered in this shit. So at the end of the day, I do got to give you some clips and, you know, we do got to bang a little. But, you know, the main thing is you know, hit and not get hit. You know, I gotta stay pretty. So yeah. I'm ready for whatever he wants to bring. I'm prepared for it.
Shout out to Tariq Redstead, who's also going to be competing at FightersRep 25. Actually, he says I got my money on Kid Mills FightersRep 25. So you know, another exciting prospect coming up in the game in Tariq Redstead. Mills, so what have you been? Yeah, I mean, was it a break and some training? Was it just a long break to heal? I mean, what was this hiatus about?
It was just literally just outside of the ring cage stuff. I was still training the entire time, anticipating, you know, that I would be on this card. And I just looked at it as more time to get better, more time to, you know, get in the lab and tighten up some things. And no, it was never. I call it fake rest. You know, when I'm not there, you know, you might not see me in the light, but I'm still working. So yeah, I'm always working. I know these guys they want what I have, and I know that target's on my back, and I know, you know, I'm gonna get their best shot, you know, any night. You know, this is FightersRep, this is Lions Den, and it's no easy fights. So yeah, I'm always have that in the back of my head.
So have you watched a lot of I won't say a lot, but the film that you have on them, have you been watching it, or do you? Because I know some people say they don't watch it; they just want to get in the ring and they want to feel it out. Then some people do. Do you watch and see what you can find out?
I watch in partially. I don't like to, you know, necessarily stick around and scout. That's my coach's job, and, you know, that's their game plan, and I'm more so there to execute the game plan. I let them take care of the game plan stuff, and I have a great team, so I have a bunch of guys around me that know what they're talking about, so I just listen to them and be a sponge. But no, I definitely take a look for sure. I think you would be neglecting yourself, you know, the knowledge you can get by not. And in this context, you know, Rudy, you know, I found like he's a clean striker. From the little clips, the little fight he had, I was actually at that fight that he had, so I saw the whole thing. And yeah, it's not like I'd learned anything new. I know it's going to be tough. I know it's going to be clean, and I'm like, for somebody to be that clean against me, I think I'm the best at that. So I want to prove that, like, I am the best, and I want to like have that kind of tempo where it's not me pressing and so frantic, and, you know, I want to sit there and think and put the pieces together. So but Unfortunately, don't be going like that when I step in there. So I'm very inclined to press on the gas. So um, it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's all learning experience. I'm trying to be the best me I can be, and all these guys have a lesson to teach, and I have a lesson to give. So.
Wow, I'm really loving this confidence, man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Get your tickets to Fighters Rep 25 and 26, September 7th at the beautiful Commerce Casino in Los Angeles, and September 21st at the Arion Event Center down here in Pompano Beach, Florida. Milshon Lathan, of course, defending his title on September 7th at Fighters Rep 25 against a very dangerous Rudy Cuevas, but he is marvelous, Milshon Lathan. He's coming off 2 first-round finishes. And, speaking of that, Milshon, I mean, are you falling in love with the power like they say? Or are you still, trying to always get better technically on everything else? Or, I mean, has discovering this power kind of changed the trajectory of your training at all?
Not in the slightest. I haven't discovered the power. I think it's you guys that have discovered the power. I've known since I stepped in, started training, that my right hand was, a thing, like a thing of beauty, a nuke. It was just more so getting the headgear off and being able to really put it on somebody. And ever since that happened, it's been timber. So. But no, I'm not. I'm always trying to level up and round out my game in all aspects. I love the box, but I think this fight's going to require a full arsenal, kicks, punches, knees. So definitely focused on just rounding out my game and making sure everything's ready to go on September 7th.
Would you say the right kick is pretty strong as well? I mean, we haven't really had too much of a chance to see it, but I imagine if you can deliver that right hand with that sort of dynamite, then the right kick is probably up there.
Yeah, I mean, you can infer that it would be. But yeah, it all comes from the hip and the core. And I have a great trainer, Eric Ocho, at Ocho Fitness 34. We do everything, man. We don't leave any stone unturned. We're very progressive with the way I train, and he puts me under a lot of tension, a lot of stress, and I love strain. So yeah, like I said, I don't like to leave any stone unturned. I make sure I'm putting the work to be marvelous. And yeah, it mainly comes from the core and the hip, and I train both those things a lot. And yeah, my right kick is definitely something crazy, and hopefully you can see that soon.
So for me, I think I like the knees. All right. So I see you added those in the last fight. You threw some couple knees in. The way you jump in from the distance, you close distance pretty fast because you're almost like a Roy Jones gazelle punch.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way you jump across the ring being so long, I just think that's difficult for anybody to handle and not to see it coming from that distance, from that range. And do you think that helps you, that your athleticism, that you can close distance that fast on a guy and get back out?
Oh, for sure. I think that's actually a defining trait of mine. That's the one thing you kind of have to address first, like my speed and my athleticism and being able to close that distance. Yeah, the knee. I think the knee is probably one of my favorite weapons. When I get further down the line, I'm it can knee somebody in the chin, like jumping knee, scissor knee.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be I can't wait for that. Because
I mean, you were pretty close last time. You were pretty.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna let the disclaimer, but I'm gonna let the ref make sure that that doesn't happen. He's got to so whatever happens, say whatever lands, don't dump. But yeah, I have the jumping ability to get up there and touch that chin if you let me. So knee is definitely a big part of my game. I think it's an easy way to kind of deplete that health bar. And if I can get you to the liver.
Oh yeah.
I'm always gonna do that. And yeah, that's another thing that I've shown a lot more actually in knees than I have. But Yeah, that's always a weapon for me. That's kind of a big part of my game as well.
There, George, you froze.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I'm
I think.
good.
I was about to say, because I was good. It looked like you were fucking cooking up a crazy question right now. I was like, yo.
You know, you've been rising so fast in the Lions Den, Milshon, and it's very exciting to watch. I mean, it's very exciting to watch your development. You
Oh,
Yeah, I think we got you now.
Yeah, I was saying, how much longer do you plan on staying in the amateurs, Milshon? What's kind of your trajectory?
well, first of all, it's an honor that, a privilege and an honor to be even thought of as like a pro level kickboxer, because that's all I've ever wanted to be at the end of the day. So like now that I'm kind of like scratching the surface of that, and like more people are kind of like asking, and I'm like, okay, like it feels realer.
Yeah.
But I think it's what the Lions Den brings out of, the guys. It's the most pro like amateur kickboxing. Like it's almost disrespectful calling it amateur. Like
Appreciate
almost
you.
like semi-pro. Like I don't even like, it's like the G League.
Yeah.
So the fact that I've been able to kind of rise up in such a den, a pit, of other lions, and been able to kind of rise to the top and defend and kind of be at this level. I'm just grateful. I'll stay as long as you have me. Until it gets to the point
You
where
trying to push him out the door, George?
No, not me. Not me.
Yeah,
Not
until
me.
it gets to the point where I'm like fucking. I mean, I'm already killing dudes, but like
I want 100. I want 100 just like him. I want 100 just like him. And listen, let me say this one thing, Milshon. You're in Huntington Beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And are you born and raised in Huntington Beach?
No, I was born in. I claim Placentia is where I was pretty much born, but I live in Corona right now. Train in Huntington Beach.
I was just gonna make a horrible joke. I'm just gonna do it. Everybody was in a placenta at some point, Milshon.
Hey.
No, but okay.
City. It's a great city. Shut up, Placentia, man. Hey.
So you're living in Corona right now, basically.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Southern California. I mean, let's say Huntington Beach, Corona, Placentia, Orange County. Listen, you guys need to get out and you guys need to support this incredible athlete. And then I'm going to ask you something after I go on this quick rant here, Milshon. But you guys need to go out and support this fantastic athlete. Southern California and South Florida as well, but especially Southern California has some of the best combat sports athletes in the world. And a lot of times it's guys with backgrounds at the highest level or very near to it of other sports that are just so athletically gifted, like Milshon, that are able to make the transition into fighting, have always had that fighting spirit in them, because you can't be a fighter just because you're a football player or basketball player. It's not going to work. You're going to get knocked out. You're going to get hurt. Charles Barkley has spoken on this when he played football, Gary. He said, they hit me one time. I said, I'm getting the hell out of here. Fighting is the same thing. You got to have it in your DNA. This kid is such a spectacular fighter. This kid deserves so much attention. Buy a ticket, support his career, get behind him, sponsor him, because these kids at FightersRep, especially guys like Milshon, are going to become stars at some point. And you want to be there from the beginning, show them your support from the beginning. Milshon, I wanted to ask you for my own pleasure, because obviously, I mean, your clips, your videos, they get a ton of clicks on our, on our Instagram page and everything else. Have you felt like you're being like a bit more recognized? I mean, it's still early. If I'm being honest with you, it's startling to me because it's still early in your amateur career. I mean, you probably could do this for another 3-4 years. Yeah. But do you feel like you're starting to get a little bit like of recognition in the community?
That's a good question. I mean, I guess like I am more getting noticed, and people like know when they see my name, they kind of recognize me. And like when I show up to the events, they're asking for pictures and all that stuff, which is crazy. Like the first kid that asked me for a picture, I was like, what? With me? Like, me? But I think it all comes from confidence in how I just live, and like anybody that knows me knows I'm a confident person and believe in like myself, whether it's like fighting, work, friendships, or whatever it is. So I think it's more just aura and like how you move, and I'm a genuine person. I move with respect, and when people see good energy and then see a person like me performing and then can speak and then like gives grace, and then it's natural. So yeah, I'm all taking it in stride. As far as like the notoriety and stuff, it's good and bad. All publicity is good publicity, but I'm more of a chill guy, as you can see. I'd rather be out the way. But yeah, I know it all comes with the territory, so I'm ready for it.
So I'm tired of all of the technical stuff and all talking all serious. I got to get a little ignorant. Now,
Your name is ignorant behavior, again.
so you be knocking people out, right? So I want to ask you. I'm. You got a lady or anything? You got a lady
No.
dating?
No.
No. Oh, okay. I was gonna say. I mean, how does this work with the ladies? Do you invite them to the fight? See, you knock somebody out. That got to be a pretty player move.
That is a player move. That definitely is a player move. I've invited girls out to the fight, or the girls have came for sure, but no, I
pun intended.
Pun intended for sure. But but no, as far as girlfriends or anything, just a lot of friends. I can't.
Just a lot of friends. Yeah. All right. You don't have time for relationships. You just focus in.
Yeah, I don't want to. I would just hate to be distracted at a point in my career where the iron is so hot. I got to strike while it's hot. So.
I mean, are you one of those fighters who don't fornicate when you?
Oh no, absolutely not. If duty calls, then I'll knock it down. But it's not. Yeah, no, there's no training regimen. Trainer or coaches never say anything about that. So I've never, never. So hey, but no, yeah, it's gonna come. I'll settle later when I'm big and can date one of these bags.
Yeah. I like the focus.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
let him get you off your block.
You don't see him flashing up and down the ring like he's like half man, half.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's strictly for the bitches. Yeah, that's strictly for the bitches. That's not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Gary, bro, you are a different human being, bro.
Give me 1 second. Hold on, I'll be back there.
Yeah, you're good. Oh, Milshon, man.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, I guess it's just me
to the fights. You bring so much excitement to the fights, and you got a lot of support too, man. Like I was watching one of your fights. Believe it or not, I mean, I go back and I watch these fights over and over again. I'm kind of crazy too, obsessed with this thing, trying to make it better all the time. And I noticed you had a lot of family in the audience, man. A lot of family members, a lot of friends with a lot of family. I mean, what's your family think about all this? What do they tell you about this career choice you've made?
They love it. They like to see me do greater. They want to see me, be the best, and ultimately reach the pinnacle. I'm a pillar of my family. So when you see me or when you see them out there all supporting me, that's real love. They I can't say I talk to them all every day, but when it's my time for me to fight, they all come out, and it's like almost like a family reunion. So I love it. I love kind of being that positive force for them, and showing them that, like, if you work hard, you can do something. Like, no difference between me or like you or like me or anybody in the crowd. Like, if you just work hard and apply yourself and be disciplined, and you can do great things. You can be a champion. So yeah, just showing that you can work hard for something, and ultimately being that example and leading by example. That's like the most important thing for me.
And obviously, I mean, you have a full-time job as well, so you're kind of doing two careers at once here.
Yeah, I'm a grinder, man. Well, I mean, shit. Like, I don't know but imagine that. Like, imagine if I was a full-time fighter. Like,
damn.
Oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus. That's why I can still get like my ceiling is like the sky. Like the sky is the fucking limit. Like I still have a couple like Dragon Ball Z that to go through.
Yeah.
I still haven't reached my peak yet. So yeah, it's I'm just grinding, man. I'm just trying to figure this thing out like anybody else. I'm not different.
Yeah, I look forward to, I hope to push you to that level. At some point somebody's going to break out of this fighters rep thing. We've had a couple fighters go to pro boxing and Dana White's UFC Contender Series and Bellator and stuff like that. But I think at some point somebody's going to break out within fighters rep. I think we've got a couple guys kind of knocking at that door. You know what I mean? And I hope you could be that breakout guy so that we can pay you, something worth staying in the sport of kickboxing. This is what I wanted to ask you as well. A lot of guys feel like they have to go to MMA, and I'm not trying to detract you from MMA, but, a lot of guys feel like that's the only way to get there. Do you think that's the case, or do you think maybe somebody can keep grinding in kickboxing and become a star in the sport of kickboxing? I mean, look at these incredible athletes and personalities that are just coming out of fighters rep. We're basically a show. Now we're on both coasts, but up until recently, we were just in Los Angeles, and look at the personalities and look at the traction, look at the social media. What are your thoughts on maybe a route of just staying the course and seeing what happens, and I'm not trying to detract you, I want you to do what's best for you. Remember, I've always said that you got to do what's best for you. Of course. But what are your thoughts on that potential route?
Yeah, I think we've seen the growth, like you said, we're on both coasts now. You guys take great videos and great clips, the reels go crazy on Instagram and all that stuff. So I think it's very possible to make your means of kickboxing. I think you've seen it with, like I mentioned earlier, Luke Leslie. He's in America, kind of came up in kickboxing, and like now he's fighting on one championship. Almost headlining cards.
Pierre and Izzy came in on kickboxing.
Yeah. So I think it's just gonna take like more people to kind of choose that route, and kind of just like not take a leap of faith, but kind of just see like, I'm a good kickboxer. I'm good at striking. Why would I go? It's
where they can tackle you
exactly to a place where I'm at a disadvantage. Like But I think just people are just watching like the UFC and then see that like that's all the buzz these days. So I think it's just more so like not. I think it's just more so like that's where the casual eyes are, like in MMA. Yeah. And that's where people are still screaming McGregor's name, and he hasn't won a fight in like 6 years. So it's like, to me, it's kind of like what. But
hey, when you get that fan base going,
and then O'Malley just won best MMA fighter at the ESPYs, and it's like, bro, he hasn't even defended the belt yet. Like, don't get it twisted. He's tough, but it's like
he's a beast.
Islam is the best UFC, probably the best UFC fighter. Like, so it's you just see kind of it's in social media age, right? Like you just see how you can market yourself, and then if you market yourself the right way, you can kind of take a quick route up to the top. And then now I'm a star. Now fight a grappler for the belt. I'm champ. I'm the best UFC fighter. I'm winning ESPYs. I'm on ESPN. Blah blah. Blah. I think there's routes for kickboxing too. Like I'm not opposed. Like one championship, is on Amazon Prime. Like I think it's gonna take just more guys to kind of not want to be a Conor McGregor or a O'Malley type, like copy and paste. People just gotta figure out their own routes. Everybody's route and plan for themselves is different, so you can't.
I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. My personal opinion, I think combat sports as a whole has made a resurgence.
100%.
Look, we even got people out here doing slap fights, which I don't think that's
right. Exactly.
I don't get that one, but
don't let another dude hit me, slap me dead in my face with my hands behind my back. Like it doesn't make sense. Like,
don't lump that into combat sports, bro.
But
I'm
just saying it's a form of contact, and people are craving for contact. People are craving for these type of things that even now just getting slapped in the face who can take a slap in the face is getting like
Who can get
viral clips.
That's disgraceful. That's disgraceful.
So I definitely think that kickboxing, if promoted right, push right people, I definitely think that it could be something. If, like I said, if power slap can be something.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, a fight where you actually have skill, and I don't want to disrespect those guys too much, but where it, it's not the same.
To do that, like that's just you letting a grown ass man slap the shit out of you with no defense. You can't. Like the rule is you can't defend. Like what?
Yeah, that I don't. Yeah,
that don't make no sense.
No,
yeah, like the Jake Pauls and the viral guy, the Salt Poppies, like they're trying to box and stuff. Like I get how people are saying it takes away from like the sport and like the realness of it, but like it's still like you're getting a bunch of eyes who haven't been like who don't normally watching boxing.
I agree.
And now they like boxing, and now even more people are training and shit. So it's like,
I mean, the slap thing freaks me out. I mean, what's next? You kick each other in the balls as hard as you can.
I don't even know.
Maybe
if you get people to do it, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy.
Milshon, I wanted to ask you too, though. Kind of piggybacking off that last question I asked you about kickboxing and stuff. I mean, I think we've earned our respect, right? Not just in the Lions Den, but in kickboxing with the meteoric rise, right, of Izzy Adesanya, who you mentioned is one of the people you're influenced by, and Alex Pereira, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, these are kickboxers,
exactly,
and they have absolutely taken over MMA. You know what I mean?
Exactly, pure kickboxers too.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like kickboxing is? I mean, I would imagine you would think that we're earning more respect having that sort of success in MMA.
Yeah, and I think that's another reason why you're seeing kickboxers go to MMA, and like because like they like smaller gloves. I'm a better striker than him, so if I can keep it standing, I can just knock him the fuck out. So like, it makes sense.
But it's kind of hard because you got like, I don't know if you've seen the last fight with Michael Venom Page and Ian, since he's been in the UFC, everybody just tries to take him down.
Exactly. Yeah, and then and that's Ian Gary too, who's supposed to be a striker.
Yeah.
It's like, bro. But yeah, I think you're gonna see more of that as you go on. But like I said, like that's where everybody wants to be. Like until the I guess one championship gets bigger, like there's an American kickboxing, like somebody else creates some league then I think people are just gonna go to the MMA. So
it'll be there sooner than you think, Milshon.
I hope so. Hopefully I'll be there.
I hope so. Man, listen, we've kept you almost an hour, man. We're so excited for your fight. Again, you're such a fantastic talent. No favoritism from me. Anyone I promote, I try to remain as impartial as possible. But I must say, you just seem to get it. Your coach seems to get it. It's one of the few that I have the pleasure of working with that gets it, where you just come back and do it over and over again. And eventually you're going to blow up. And I think you're headed there. The platform is yours. That said, the platform is yours. Is there anything you want to say? Anyone you want to thank? Go ahead and feel free to do so, champ.
Shout out to my coaches, Johnny Mercurio, Chris Law, Jovan. Shout out my teammates. Shout out the club. You already know, HU Fight Club. Shout out Eric, Ocho Fitness. You already know we here. We're going to be back September 7th, ready to be marvelous again. So, and yeah, man. You can be this. You can be marvelous. All you gotta do is work hard. There's nothing that separates me and you. You just gotta work hard, apply yourself. Just follow.
I love it.
You just gotta apply yourself, man. Yeah, I believe in you. Marvelous believes in you. If nobody believes in you, Marvelous believes in you.
Well, we appreciate you, champ. And now I feel like I got to go outside and run a couple laps around the neighborhood.
Hey, man.
But thank you so much for your time. We can't wait to see you in September, and we look forward to it, man. You have a wonderful night. Thank you, champ.
You as well.
Hey, man.
George, the first step is realization. It's okay. You don't have to, baby steps. Just you have to run right now, but just realize that eventually you have to run,
Hey, man. I'm telling you, I like to think I'm a good judge of talent. I think you have it. Keep working. I see the improvement. Like, I really do see the improvement. So, just keep working at it, man, and you're gonna reach whatever level you want to be at, because you have a gift.
Appreciate it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep working. I just gotta work. I'm just keep working.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Enough buttering up,
Appreciate you
Milshon. Have a
guys.
great night.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Take care, champ.
Thank you.